These Modern Horizons spoilers keep getting more and more interesting. Welcome back to my channel. I am Mattcaster Mage, and I make Magic the Gathering content every single day. So if you'd like to join in on the fun, hit that subscribe button and the bell notification. That way you'll be notified for future uploads. Okay, Modern Horizons 2. Yes, we are ready and rolling fully into these spoilers. We've had so many cards released in the past few days that my head is starting to spin trying to keep up with everything that's been going on. Now, this is a new card that we have right now entering into Modern Horizons. We're going to start the list off here with Fractured Sanity. Yes, it's 3 blue, so it's a sorcery, a rare. Each opponent mills 14 cards, and you can cycle it for 2 mana. So basically what cycling is you can discard the card and then draw a card if you pay its cycling cost. And whenever you cycle Fractured Sanity, each opponent mills 4 cards. So interesting, because that's kind of more of like a commander. I guess it's probably better for commander, that little ability, if you're going to cycle it. But nonetheless, milling 14 cards for 3 mana is pretty powerful. And I can see this being put into maybe mono blue mill decks. Maybe it could see some play in Dimir mill, but definitely it's making it more possible now to even have mono blue in Modern for mill decks. Very interesting. And here's another really cool card that we got, and this is an Angel, Sarah's Emissary. Now it's 7 mana, so it is costly. 4 colorless, 3 white, of Mythic for a creature Angel, so it's not a legendary creature. Flying, as Sarah Emissary enters the battlefield, choose a card type. You and creatures you have protection from that chosen type. Now, very interesting. Obviously, angels are a powerful tribe, so if you are going to cast this, maybe you're playing against another tribal deck and you want to cut that player off. Very good in Commander. I doubt that we are going to see this card being played in Modern, even though this is a Modern Horizons spoiler. A lot of Modern Horizons cards, even from the last Modern Horizons set, were mostly focused on Commander cards. So that is interesting. This one is a reprint, Wonder. So it came out originally in Judgment. It's a rare, 3 colorless, 1 blue, and as long as Wonder is in your graveyard, creatures you control have flying. So basically, if you control an island and Wonder is in your graveyard, creatures you control have flying. Very fun. It's mostly played in like limited formats. I actually use it in a casual deck, but it's also good in Commander. So, you know, giving all your creatures flying sometimes is almost like unblockable, so it's a very powerful ability. So that is really, really cool to see. And then we also have some really interesting cards here, like Rise and Shine. Now, this is 1 colorless and a blue. It's a sorcery, and it says target non-creature artifact you control becomes a 0/0 artifact creature. Put 4+1/+1 counters on each artifact that become a creature this way. So that if it became a creature that way, and you can also cast it for its Overlord casting ability, which is 4 colorless, 2 blue. Interesting. So that would replace 1 with all. Interesting. And then we also got finally, we got another sword. We got a lot of swords in the last Modern Horizons set, and they weren't reprints. These are new ones introduced, just like this one. Sword of Hearth and Home. Now this is obviously a 3 colorless casting cost, artifact equipment. It's a mythic, and equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has protection from green and white. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, exile up to 1 target creature you own, then search your library for a basic land card, put both cards onto the battlefield under your control, then shuffle. And it costs 2 to equip this. So this is really powerful, especially in Commander, because green and white, especially like Selesnya, is actually a great guild in Commander. So if you have protection from that, that is already pretty powerful. But you know what? It's nice to have new swords in addition to the old swords that we've been getting in like Modern Horizons, and even back in the older blocks like Darksteel and Mirrodin. So really interesting to see this card, and I'm actually excited to see what other swords they have coming in this set. Now this one is very powerful. Void Mirror. So it's a 2 colorless spell artifact, and whenever a player casts a spell, if no colored mana was spent to cast it, counter that spell. Well, not only will this be powerful in Commander, and any deck can run it because it's colorless, it's an artifact, this will be seeing a lot of play in sideboards in Modern. So let's think of what are some good colorless spells. I don't know, there's a deck that uses a lot of colorless stuff. What is it? What is that deck? It's weird. It uses Karn, Ulamog, Wormcoil Engine. Oh yeah, that's right, Tron. So this is a great card if you're trying to, like basically keep decks like that at bay and make sure that they're controlled and they don't have too much power over you when you're playing a game. Interesting. I don't know how much main decks this is going to see play in, but it's definitely going to be a sideboard staple in Modern from now on. Really, really cool. And we also have Patriarchs Bidding. Now this is a reprint, originally printed in Onslaught. It's a rare, and it's really good for any tribal build. My brother actually has it in his Dragon EDH deck, so it's actually really cool to see this being introduced again. And now we got Garth One-Eye. This is a really... wow. When I saw this card, I couldn't believe it. All I saw was Black Lotus, so it costs every color, so, it's got blue, white, swamp, mountain, and forest, but it's a mythic legendary creature. This could maybe even be a commander. It's a human wizard, and you tap it, and you choose a card name that hasn't been chosen from among Disenchant, Brain Geyser, Terror, Shivan Dragon, Regrowth, and Black Lotus. Create a copy of the card with the chosen name. You may cast the copy. Interesting way to kind of get away around reprinting some of these cards, but all of the cards that they named are very iconic, so there's a lot of flavor there. But think about that. Like, this is amazing. This card will see so much play in Commander. It may even see some play, it may even pop up in Modern or Legacy, but obviously being 5 colors, it's going to be tough to cast it, but there may be a way to do it. There could be a way to cheat it out quicker, and if there is, it's going to see a lot of play. This is a very, very powerful card. And we got a Planeswalker, Grist, the Hunger Tide, only 3 mana, and that seems to be a thing now, 3 mana Planeswalkers. That used to be almost unheard of back in the day. Very powerful, but, it is a Golgari Planeswalker. So we got 1 colorless, a black, and a green. And it's a mythic, legendary Planeswalker, Grist. Interesting. As long as Grist, the Hunger Tide, isn't on the battlefield, it's a 1/1 insect creature in addition to its other types. That's an interesting stagnant ability. Its +1 is create a 1/1 black and green insect creature token, then mill a card. If an insect card was milled this way, put a loyalty counter on Grist and repeat the process. Okay, so you can actually pump this thing up a lot. And then its -2 ability is you may sacrifice a creature. When you do, destroy target creature or Planeswalker. So you can pretty much do that right away. Its loyalty is 3, its -2 ability will allow you to sacrifice a creature, and you can destroy a creature or Planeswalker. Very powerful ability right away. And then its -5 is each opponent's life is equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard. Interesting. So if you mill yourself out for a lot of cards, and you got a lot of creatures in your graveyard, you can basically take out your opponents if you have more than 20. Especially in a game of Commander, you probably have over 20 creatures in your deck, especially if it's a creature deck. So that's really powerful ability. Then we have Priest of Fell Rites. This is a 1 plains and 1 black. It's a creature, a human warlock. It's a 2/2, and you tap it to pay 3 life, sacrifice Priest of Fell Rites, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield, activate this ability as a sorcery. And you can also pay its unearth casting cost, which is 3 colors, 1 white and 1 black. Interesting. It could see some play in Modern, in maybe humans decks. It's a, it's a tough one to say, but either way, I do actually love the artwork, and it probably can see some play. But nonetheless, wow, I'm just thrilled at some of these spoilers that we got today. Let me know down in the comments what your favorite spoiler of the day was, and I'll be sure to read it and reply. This set is really starting to heat up. Crazy. I knew this was going to be a set that was, going to be worth it, especially even just to open for cards, but to have sealed product in this set, it's going to definitely see a lot of price increases in the future, I imagine. Okay, anything else you guys want to say, leave that in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Being a patron will help me produce more market movers and add to the funds that I will use for my random buys, and also to my coffee fund, because I drink a lot of coffee for these videos. And here you can see a link below in the description that will give you all the tiers and what you get in each tier, so I hope you guys click and think about joining, and with that, I'll see you next video. think about supporting the channel in that way. If not, subscribe, like, leave a comment, and I will see you again in the next video.